Leomord and yeah, Gord perhaps.
No way.
Oh, wait, yeah.
I know you're
No
trying to make me
way.
feel better.
There's Kagura down. Wolf, it's
Yeah,
okay.
no, yeah,
There's
the
a-
Kagura is really good actually.
Oh, is it now?
It is.
Yeah, I mean, you talked about the Aurora.
Yep. Leomord. TNZ, you've been playing it before it was meta. And now that you have the chance,
Boom, Akai.
pick it up. Yeah, that would be like, actually like Fredrin, you know?
Yeah, I'm thinking Fredrin.
End of the day, it's like, yeah, like Fredrin the Varia.
Just because something super normal.
Yeah, so something
Yeah.
super like
normal.
Vexana, Fredrin,
Yeah,
right?
Vexana, Fredrin.
Oh, God. I mean,
I mean, it's a good pick. A Florin.
Farsa, okay.
Florin Farsa. It looks like it's going to be a Roger jungle.
Gold Ruby. Okay. So they're all in on TNZ now. That means...
This is going to be annoying for SRG because they're the one that doesn't want to fight a prolonged team fight.
I wonder if Cram likes to play the Paquito because that's a great hero. First Roger and Farsa.
Honestly, I'm even thinking if you want to go all into the backline, pick up something like a Vendetta, but I haven't seen Cram use it so far.
Ooh, how about a Uranus?
I do love
Cram hero.
Uranus.
But you have Edith.
Wait, what about the Minotaur?
What if
Oh, wait, Grok?
what if they're the ones to pick up Kadira? But
wait,
they need a little bit of front line. Lapu. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Got him.
So it looks like the Edith is going to the roam position. Lapu Lapu is going to the EXP.
Oh.
For the casters, right now, the draft has been settled. I wonder if we're going to jump into the game with no issues here, but so far, a Florin for FLUX, which is what SRG wants to avoid. But SRG, they have the Angela, so this one...
I think I say this on behalf of everyone watching in the Amazon arena and everywhere around the world. That doesn't stop them from fighting the way that they did in games 1 and 2.
I totally agree here, but we got to talk about the later stages of the game between FLUX Esports on blue side up against SRG on the red side, because I think towards the later stages of the game, I would imagine that FLUX Esports scales better.
Yeah, I mean, mainly because Rosa can actually pull out 2 feathered airstrikes between engages. And again, you can only really hearth guard once for the shock value. So after you pop out, if the fight doesn't last longer, then, you know, you're just out there like, throwing love waves.
You're just gonna exist, you know?
Yeah.
You're just a heart guard, you're a heart guard bot, right? Everything after that is just a bonus. For the time being, let's have a look at the emblem so far, because it looks like Alien is going to take a more defensive approach with common emblem, making sure that he has plenty of armor to keep himself alive on top of the tenacity.
Something to note as well, the triumphant return of Lapu Lapu, who isn't like in the top 3 XP laners right now, but he's what you need when you're trying to stop Rosa from, you know, throwing out those volleys of magic damage. Tianzi playing footsies against Sekais, Yumes, and Stormy. Here comes the response. All right, goes and shuts down that Litho Wanderer. Interestingly enough, we're still 20 seconds out from the first turtle. I think it happened, man. I hate to jinx it, but I think they slowed down.
Yeah, I think both sides really want to make sure that, you know, they don't give each other much space. And now with Sunshine on this Ruby, hopefully they're going to be able to get everything done. Because when it comes down to that big team fight at the end of the day, right, I think Cram, he's going to be fine, but he's going to be very isolated from the rest of his team. They're technically taking these fights a man down.
Yeah, but what that means is Selangor at least has a solution bank, right? As soon as Rosa goes crazy, all right, I'm gonna come in, bravest fighter. If I can fight Apex 47, even before he pulls the trigger on the Bloom, all right, take him down.
And Cram just jumping into the bush, bravest fighter. Not 100% sure what the decision behind that is going to be, but in the meantime, this very first turtle, honestly, going to go real slow because, again, both Roger and as well as the Link would much rather just power farm.
Okay, luckily that, again, theoretically mistimed ult that shouldn't be punished too hard because neither junglers are making their way towards the turtle just yet. And there you go. It's off of cooldown now, so he's fine.
Yeah, I mean, the Bravest Fighter is a very short cooldown. It's pretty expandable. You can kind of just throw it out whenever you want. But let's see whether or not FLUX Esports, they're going to be able to get this turtle, right? Previously they were, but SRG have... Well, I hope that they've thought about the situation now. How exactly are they going to approach the fight? They want to take out TNZ, but at the same time, have to dodge the damage from Alien.
Here we go. The jump in from Cram. The answer from Rosa. Flicker back after the feathered airstrike. No one home. And now the pull from Sunshine. They back off. Again, folks, note that this is indeed a side lane Ruby. So the true cores for FLUX Esports now is, again, in true rope-a-dope fashion, as FLUX likes to do it. Now TNZ and Rosa. It's not Sunshine and Rosa.
They're taking their time with this, both sides. Hopefully, good reaction time from TNZ. Whoa!
All right. Interestingly enough, they want to commit hard on that, and that's 4 sent over to take down TNZ. The response from FLUX Esports is a better airstrike, but Selangor just lean hard into the aggression, taking down Rosa. One more time, maybe even able 47, and they indeed do. 3-4 none straight into that plate in mid lane. And Alien trying to do some damage control, stop the bleeding. Yums gets pulled in. I'm offended. The onward, the takedown. Alien gets a kill, keeps going. The vengeance. All right, FLUX Esports out of their breath here. Oh, another one! Stormy so low! Misses one basic, and the blazing duet. Can Alien survive? The answer is yes. To their strike, pushing back SRG.
I'm glad that both teams' tendencies is to continuously trade. Although I will say that SRG did find a chink in the armor here, because once they guaranteed the engage onto TNZ's side, they knew for a fact that Rosa does not have his flicker just yet, and so they can run him down. And we know that Florin is going to need a lot of time to get to that late game stage before her heals are extremely relevant.
All right, it's true that these teams have taken it slow, but when the fight can begin, when the fight happens, they will not let go. They are not shy to lean hard into it. But with that said, Selangor Giants now up by about 2,000 gold, 5 minutes in, Turtles spawning in the upper quarter. Interestingly enough, I don't know how this 1-3-1 setup for FLUX is going to go, man. It changed their dynamics so much.
It does. It does. It makes them very reliant on their battle spells to get a majority of things done, right? Even when you're looking for those big engages, Alien, problem, unless, somebody face checks a bush and, well, it happens. But at this point of time, hopefully SRG recognize that they can honestly play as slow as they want to, but as soon as they find that very first kill, it's about how much gold you get against FLUX Esports when it comes down to their economy, whether it's jungle camps, ideally when it comes down to neutral objectives.
Luckily, FLUX Esports, despite, stepping up to get into these fights, aren't letting go of that prime objective, that prime priority here in the early game is to farm up, get some items on you, because good news for Alien is he already built his Thunderbelt, so he can just start getting the enhanced basic attack, smacking his opponents, and building up those hybrid defense stacks.
Yeah, I think that, I'm pretty sure that Alien is going to go with the same build that he did in the previous game. Thunderbelt into the Queen's Wings, and then eventually maybe even into the Oracle. But for now, let's see whether or not Yomes is going to find that engage.
All right, Turtle secured here by SRG. Whoa. And the knock-up, forcing a response here. Tempest of Blades now. Heartguard waiting to be cast. Sakai says, never mind, I am safe. SRG happy with the major objective pickup, now approaching 3K ahead.
Yeah, no disrespect from both of these teams, right? Really playing it slow. Okay, it's just a small objective, not the end of the world. As long as our structures are up, maybe we can do something with that. Because these rotations are basically man-to-man defense from both sides, right? If somebody leaves the lane, we have to follow.
Which is, again, despite it sounding counterintuitive, the man-to-man defense against a 4v5 with the Angela inside one of them is actually the winning combination. Up top, Alien going 1v3. Yume, Stormy, and Cram want to fight, forcing out a flicker from Alien for his going good.
Okay, that's not too bad.
Down bottom. The stun on the Innocent. How far can they dive? In goes TNZ. Tempest of Blaze knocking up TNZ. He's taken down. Sunshine takes a few hits. In comes Sakai from the back. And Sunshine healing up a bit, but no, there's not much Apex 47 can do. SRG trade out.
Man, I love it. I love the micro mechanics there, because Stormy, he knows who exactly he wants to give that heart card to, but he doesn't want to put the indicator on top of the person, right? Which is very visible to everybody on the map. So you can see that even TNZ is like, oh, they probably have it, but there's a good chance that it might be able to get the execute before that happens.
They're weaponizing the information. They don't want to give FLUX Esports that level of a tell. And here we go. Sakais goes for the Grand Theft Orange. Pushing in mid. That was just Cram and Yumes. Yumes and Cram. Now the answer. Their strike. I think Rosa needs a little bit more firepower.
Yeah, I mean, Rosa's been taking the brunt of the punishment here, always having to use his flicker every time he gets compromised on the position of his feathered airstrike. And Stormy, on the other hand, is like, I don't have to worry about any of these things. I just have to be a good team player. However, I will say that Cram quite ahead in the game. He may have lost his tier 1 on top side, but so far, he's been winning out these trades against Alien as soon as he uses that Bravest Fighter.
All right, let's see again, another 3v1. Stormy throws out a love waves. From the back line, in comes Rosa. Tempest of Blades, taking down Alien. Now here comes the cavalry, and by cavalry, I mean the rest of FLUX Esports. All right, deterring any further aggression. All this while, SRG was just bursting down the Lord. They got even us distracted.
Oh man, great diversion here. It's like, I'm gonna dive, I'm gonna look maybe to take this tier 1, but at the same time, oh wait.
I'm offended. Cram, can he survive? Damage reduction and iframes in check. Yes, the answer. Continue, Gideon.
Yes, these diversion plays, it's great because now it's like SRG saying, we've learned from the previous game, you gave us 2-prong attacks, and worst yet, our draft didn't exactly give us answers. Oh my goodness, where did he go? Wait, how far ahead is Innocent?
Got the 2-man onward Earth Shatter, and then the rest was history. Tempest of Blaze defensively out. That's just how far ahead SRG is, man. 6K ahead, 6K gold. That's what? 2 items on each core.
But that's what I was thinking. It was coming from Sakai's, not Innocent specifically. I guess he was max stack on top of it. We'll see in the item list in just a little bit, but hopefully, FLUX are able to defend their inhibitors. They can't just give away these for free.
This is uncharacteristic. I am not comfortable with the way SRG is dominating FLUX Esports. Given how games 1 and 2 went, it's as if SRG is a whole nother team. It's as if FLUX Esports forgot everything that happened in 1 and 2, because those were very close. This is far from it.
Yeah, and a majority of the lead is actually coming from Innocent. He's got 8,000, he's 3,000 ahead of Sunshine at this point of time with the full Trinity build.
Huge. I mean, oh, here we go. We'll talk about it later. The fight happens. Yubes gets taken out, and suddenly in the back line, they die. AMX47, Sakai's, and Stormy, and Sakai's. Tempest of Blades in the back, looking for TNZ. Alien has already fallen. A 1-4-3. Massive gains for SRG.
Huge gains, 2 to 10 so far is the kill score. 8,000 gold lead, damage dealt Klon as well as Lapu Lapu. Both of the side lanes right at the brink.
All right, so we were saying how that's a huge 3K, 3,500 between Sunshine and Innocent. Mainly because you're a fighter, right? You can afford to build semi-built items or halfway built items compared to Innocent, who has to build his Trinity, which he now has. Hence why he's dealt so much damage.
I think that FLUX Esports, if anything, they need Apex 47 to scale up quicker right now. Like, TNZ, he's struggling to get the farm, and yes, the Do is gonna, it's helping, right? His auto attacks really make the difference in these fights, but you're getting stat checked by people who are 9,000 gold ahead of you at this point in time.
Yep, and here you'll see it again. Yeah, across the board, the only closest one we got is Rosa and Stormy. And that's a support mid laner on Stormy. So that's how far ahead SRG is now from FLUX.
It's kind of wild, though. Maybe there is an I don't know. Maybe going for a safe build, getting it like an early Winds of Nature, just to kind of protect yourself to drag this game out. But then again, you're deviating from getting it like your core items, which is too important to give up.
All right, that is a definite possibility, and I think it's worth the money, right? The Wind of Nature, because really, what's the only thing that goes through your Wind of Nature proc? Quick Lord take here by SRG. Stormy skills. That's it, Stormy skills and the CC on Yumes. But that aside, if the goal is to just stay alive, then maybe Wind of Nature is the answer.
I mean, it's more manageable compared to like I'll take like 5 love taps compared to like getting 1 crit by Sakai's. Like, that's how much of a difference it's going to be. At this point in time, both teams still looking very calm, but calm before the storm. We'll see how they're going to try and pry open these inhibitors, and I think that Rosa, he's gonna be so careful with how they approach this.
You mean calm before the storm? Me.
Oh.
This is very similar to his MVP performance in game number 1, where he was very low-key, very quiet, and he's the one that really tilted the scales, tipped it over to SRG, and now he's doing the same again. As you mentioned, he doesn't want to reveal where the heart guard's going. So that just makes it all the worse. Instead of it being a 1+4, it's a 1+4 +1+1+1+1. Like, it can be on anybody.
It really can. And that's the Feather Airstrike to clear both mid as well as bottom waves. They still have the Lord crashing on that top side. And I guess their wave clear isn't that great. Their sieging isn't that great either. If they want to siege, that means they have to dive. And that's too big of a commitment.
Oh, well, Cram seems to be eager about it. Humes flickering on out. Cram in trouble. Goes ahead, pops the heart guard, pops that inhibitor up top. Mid, next up on the docket. Lord wailing away at the base. Another feathered airstrike. Rosa cleaning up house. FLUX Esports still in this.
Yep, and SRG make the smart choice. Just we've already got one inhibitor. This was the very first Lord. Let's just back off. There's no need to do anything about it. And that's a purple buff going over to Sakai's. And at this point, right, SRG, it's about denying economy from FLUX Esports. Because if FLUX Esports get to that late stage game, they're going to outscale SRG entirely.
Yep, and it's not enough that they're ahead. They have to put the opponents down. Because now you're looking at what? About 11K ahead? SRG? And they're taking away even the smallest of camps, man. Even this little rock boulder. It's like, right, you're mine. But they're taking their time with it too, look.
He's just
because they're freezing the waves.
Yeah, they're freezing the waves. And Innocent wants to hold the stacks just in case somebody decides, hey, I'm gonna be a little cheeky and face check this. Instantly gets hit by all the shots coming in from Innocent at full Art of Thievery stacks. It's not a fun time. We've seen him like 3-tap somebody earlier.
Yep, not while your items are like barely built up, right? FLUX Esports currently only at 35K. You see the majority of them are about half built. So that's raw. That's what they call it. It's raw.
It's very raw indeed. Fleeting time as well as the Flask of the Oasis already out for Apex 47. Hopefully he gets some value over the fleeting time, because in terms of like trading back and forth, we're not seeing FLUX Esports actually securing those kills. They get low, but not securing the kills.
And with that, I'm wondering if FLUX Esports, by some way, somehow, man, survives after this Lord and keeps on going into the late game, will they eventually get secure? Will they eventually get the end and do something to SRG that's, you know, decidedly a good thing?
I suppose, but it's already starting to look like checkmate angle, right? They've hit the... Wait, they want to fight this. Do they want to fight this? I mean, they've already used the conceal.
They are going to try to rush out an angle from FLUX, but yeah, no. FLUX able to retreat and respect that engagement, especially from that weird angle, fast enough.
Yep, I think that's totally fine. At least FLUX Esports, they can play from high ground, and that's okay with them. Coming back to the main point here, I think that SRG at this stage, with the lead that they have, they hit the checkmate angle under 2 conditions. 10,000 gold lead and a broken inhibitor. Now that the second Luminous Lord is starting to walk by, right, essentially SRG can technically overwhelm the base and go straight for the crystal if these minions start to bleed in.
And they will bleed in. I think it's just a matter of time before even Rosa's ult will not be enough to clear out these waves. Cram and Humes catches a few hits, and no, interestingly enough, I think we're approaching that fulcrum, that apex of FLUX Esports' power spike, where maybe they do survive. Maybe it doesn't cost them too much to actually just clear the waves and force out an odd angle from Selangor Giants. In comes Cram and Humes and Sakai's and the Blazing Duet inside the base. Innocent takes down the turret. Alien put down to a quarter of his health, so is Apex 47. The Heart Guard onto the Marksman. They keep on going, clearing the waves. FLUX Esports still alive.
Honestly, great stuff from FLUX Esports. I knew that they had decent high ground defense, but better yet, if SRG tries to do some funky business, trying to get overly aggressive, starts to overextend their hand, that's when you see FLUX snap back at them. That's why Sunshine is so very important, as well as Alien to kind of follow up upon each other while generating space for Tianzi and Rosa.
And it's not like anything changed. I mean, there's still a gaping 11K, 12K gold lead for SRG. Nobody died, and it's not like they got anything changed in their kit. But wait, here we go. A concealed play from Humes, trying to spot out Alien, answer the final slash. The Heart Guard in the back line, the feathered airstrike from Rosa.
And now they're jumping backwards. The Heart Guard is going to keep Sakai's alive as they disengage from this fight. I mean, unless we're seeing something aggressive from TNZ, despite having to do, I don't think he wants to go further than this. The Lord's coming up in 48, so better not to die.
Is this it? Is this that moment wherein after everything from Selangor Giants and FLUX still standing, does Stormy just exist?
Yep.
All right. Now what, boss? Now what?
I mean, it's the wallflower time, right? You're just kind of there, right? You're out-healed. You're out-healed by Apex 47. And at this point, FLUX have stabilized. The only disadvantage that they have is the fact that they're missing 2 inhibitors, and they have to constantly deal with that. A timing of which SRG can take away the Lord, but they still struggle to close out these games.
Hey, as long as you maintain your wave management, the sins of the past should not haunt you in the present, okay? Because these fights, again, clearly FLUX Esports is now playing with fire. They are now hitting a power spike where SRG have to respect them, and I guess the keyword here is sustain. They're able to out-sustain these initial engagements, and now look, they're thinking to contest. I didn't think we would see this, not so soon. I mean, 18 minutes is approaching the ultra late game, but this took a while.
It took a very long time, and that's why Yums is just absorbing the damage while Innocent is maintaining his stacks.
Oh, the flicker onward, Earthshatter combo. Sunshine answers back, blazing to it, on to Innocent after the hard guard, and they do take out Sunshine. Alien falls as well. The jump in from Cram, and that's about it. Oh. TNZ falls as well, and it's just Rosa standing left. The Queen shall soon see the base fall because SRG have set up a wave in mid and in top. What can Rosa do?
I mean, Rosa is going to have to try, right? For their airstrike should be coming back up at some point, but nah, it's over. That's it. That's too much momentum. GG, well played to SRG. And what an incredible stance from FLUX. Despite the entire game getting beaten down, they managed to stabilize, and just one singular bad fight and an incredible engage coming in from Yums just to put them out.
The invincible Titan